So what's interesting to me is this fantastic technology allowing genuine participatory democracy is amazing in Taiwan. Now, do you see it connecting to the municipalist movement in Spain, where you have Aura Madrid here in Madrid, and you have Bicomu with Ada Colau in Barcelona, where they're using similar technology? Do you see an international movement emerging of democratic cities?
Yeah, I do see. As I said, I think we should all work and think together. So I think it's really brilliant to see all the countries that are working on their idea of open government.
Yes.
Their way of implementing open government, I think, will be just like if people are trying to prototype the ideal public participation or open government thing they want to see in the future, and we're gonna just iterate to the ideal platform that we're imagining in the future, right? So Taiwan is making example using Taiwanese culture context as a background,
yes,
and Spain is using their own culture context background,
exactly,
and they're having their own prototype, if I could say that.
Yes.
And I'm super happy to see that every country is trying to work on this open government thing at the same time.
Yes.
So just having this rare chance of we are all working on something at the same time and thinking together, we can really work and bounce around ideas and exchange around experiences with each other.
Sure.
So yeah, really looking forward to see, like, maybe in near future, 20 or 30 years,
yeah,
there's a working model for the open government or public participation that we are looking into right now.
I'm really looking forward to that as well. It's really exciting. But the last question is a difficult one.
Yeah.
You say 20 to 30 years, Shu.
Right.
Climate change is happening right now. We're the first generation to be aware of climate change. We're the last generation that's going to be able to do anything about it. So when you're talking about problems on a global scale, how can these models help address those problems? And it's not an easy question, okay?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. So in Taiwan, every cases we go through are all from social pressure. So I do love when seeing people express their ideas in any form.
Yes.
As a protest, or just write an article, make a drawing. As designers, I can make a prototype to announce what I'm worried about for the globe.
Yes.
I think the chances, if we are all brave enough to say what we are afraid of, and as many people are doing it, there's more chance that the entire society will be aware of the seriousness of whatever global issues, challenges we are facing.
Yes.
And when the pressure is there, there will be always someone or some organization or some government taking this position to work on it, to tackle it.
I would say that the global population is being very articulate about their fears of climate change, and the obstacle is not platforming those fears. The obstacle is the fossil fuel industry and its control over most global governments. And I'm not sure how articulating the fear is going to help. I'm interested in this global sort of network of technology where there's true participatory democracy. How can that address this block in high-level democracy, in the sense that you may have a participatory democracy amongst citizens, but the government listens to corporations a lot more than they listen to the people?
So I can give one local example from Taiwan, Uber case again. When Uber came to Taiwan, the taxi drivers in Taiwan, they were super angry.
Yes.
And they called around 3,000 taxi drivers just to surround the Ministry of Transportation.
Oh yes, they do that in London as well. Yeah.
So when that happened, the Ministry of Transportation kind of have to react to it. Otherwise, there'll be so much social pressure.
I see.
So what I'm saying is, well, maybe the pressure is not big enough right now if the corporation are still taking all the power.
Okay, that's a fair answer actually. I hope that happens. So in a way, these new platforms may allow a much stronger connection and network of people to take action on a much bigger scale, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also it's important to, because when looking at local cases, again, it's important to have a common ground of almost all citizens, because there will be like so many different opinions around the citizens already, and then if we don't really align with the same idea, and it's hard to fight with another bigger group such as a corporation.
Yes.
Right. So it's important to really take time and aware of this issue is happening, and be committed to discuss about it, instead of like we take care of this issue for one day and take a break for another day.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important to really commit to a conversation and have this discussion going on.
Ongoing dialogue. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, you've got hope going on, Shu. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the
great.
future.
No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I don't know. There's so many things happening in Taiwan.
Yes. Okay. So for the viewers, give them 3 areas of development that you're excited about in Taiwan that you'd like them to follow up on.
Okay, that's one thing I'm really looking forward to see is more talents from different disciplines to work in public sectors.
Okay.
As a designer, I'm like, I was a designer a year ago, and I decided to join the government because I see there's a need to have a person using the design skills, using design thinking to coordinate conversations in the government.
Right.
Because we are trained to listen to people and think of better idea.
Yeah.
And I do see other needs after a year of working in the government, like people who are good at filming, good at interviewing people, are anthropologists, like human study people, like
anthropologists.
Anthropologists.
Yes. Don't be sorry, your English is brilliant, man.
Anthropologists.
Getting involved in government.
Involved in government because they're the people who can really stand a little bit back to the entire system,
to get perspective.
The perspective to see the entire big picture of what is the system, what is the interaction flow of this system. So I like to see more people understand the need of contribute their skills into public sector.
Brilliant.
And I'm actually looking for if there's a framework to facilitate that.
Yes.
Because as me, I'm with a designer background. I have a little bit coding skill, but I actually don't know if I'm looking at this platform of all kinds of cutting edge talents to work together in the same team.
Yes.
I don't know how to facilitate that. So I'm really looking to education institutions or like a school, a research lab.
Yes.
Whoever thinking of a new framework to facilitate this kind of collaboration.
That's brilliant.
So it's kind of a question. If you can look for me.
Out there, viewers, anyone feel like that's your job? What you're saying is fantastic. I've met some people. In Denmark, they've got the Alternative Party.
Yeah.
One of the really exciting members of that party, he's a fashion designer, okay? And he says the same thing. He said, I'm a fashion designer and I find myself in Parliament and I'm bringing my fashion designer thinking to the way that I deal with Parliament, and it's a different skill, a different perspective. So it's happening, what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Just like Audrey, she's from developer discipline, right? Audrey Tang, Digital Minister of Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's bringing this open space technology culture into the government.
Right.
Meaning by like creating an open space inside government and remove the hierarchy.
Yes.
So everybody, civil servants, they are fully authorized to do whatever they want. And it's not happened before in the government. They kind of had to obey comments, but Audrey doesn't give any comment. So they were so free from the beginning that they didn't know what to do.
Right.
But after a few weeks, they figure they can just do whatever things that interest them.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is another cool culture, I think. That's bouncing around the design thinking we're using right now. So we're having this we're figuring out this model or framework inspired by design thinking and open space technology.
Yeah.
And we're actually figuring out if we can write a report or paper around this framework and share some insights to other people in the world.
Where do we go to see this report? What website should we go to?
It's still under drafting. We're collaborating with people from New York right now, the Civic Hall, Liz Barry, and 2 other journalists from New York. They're trying to copy Taiwan into VNYC.
Wow.
That's a really cool thing, and they came to Taiwan for a month just to interview everyone who were working on open government.
Great.
So we're talking a lot about solidize this framework and see if there could be a report soon.
So Taiwan and VNYC are to be looked out for.
Yeah.
This is a great interview. You're brilliant. Cool. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All power to you. That's great. Keep it lit.